Hello. Hiya. How is it going? Hello. It is Master Dan, and this is the Mastercast, the monoblog podcast, as hosted by me, where I drivel on about a lot of stuff. It's monoblog because it's my blog, and it's a monologue. That's how it works. Yeah, that's how it works. Talk a bit about music and video games and stuff like that as well, just in case you're new here. Welcome if you are, and if you're a returning person, welcome back. I love your support. Cheers everyone who's been listening to the past 14 episodes. We're now on episode 15 now, which is great. Got some idea for some more guests later on down the line. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for listening. If you're enjoying this podcast, feel free to drop a like on the old YouTube and subscribe. And as far as all the audio podcast formats go, drop a follow, drop a like or whatever, or give us a review. I'd really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Helps support the Mastercast and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, hope you're having a good weekend if you listen to this on the Friday. If you're listening to this on the Friday, the new Code Orange album is out. And there's a couple more out as well, actually. There's a new Harm's Way album out, which I'm looking forward to. And there's a new Grove Street Families album out as well. But for me, it's all about Code Orange. So I'll definitely be talking about that when it comes out. Well, no, not when it comes out, but next week I'll talk about the new Code Orange album. Code Orange, one of my favourite bands of all time. All the singles have been brilliant. I'm really looking forward to the new album. When that comes through my letterbox, well, it won't come from my letterbox because it's a bloody vinyl. It won't fit through there unless I had a bloody wide letterbox, which I don't have. Anyways, yeah, hope you're doing well. Gotta admit, I'm struggling to think of what to talk about for this episode. So if you fuck this episode off, I don't blame you at all. I really don't blame you. But there's a few things that have been going on really recently and something to show you as well. But yeah, game-wise, not a lot has been happening. No announcements or anything like that. Still waiting on a few pre-orders that I've got. Although, I have just picked up. Oh, crikey, I've completed one as well. I've completed a game as well. I might as well talk about that. Yeah, welcome to the Games Corner with Master Dan. I don't know why I just blew raspberries there. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? Anyways, yeah. Last few podcasts I've been talking about God of War. I have mentioned that I've been playing through that, and finally, after 31 hours, I've finished God of War Ragnarok, and what a fantastic game! Absolutely brilliant. Definitely up there as one of the best Sony PlayStation exclusives that's out there. It's absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed the first God of War. The reboot one, not the PlayStation 2 one, but when I got my PlayStation 5, it came with Ragnarok, but I'd not played the God of War before that, so I played that, loved that. I thought it was really great, and I thought Ragnarok's going to have to do a lot to beat this, and for me, I think Ragnarok's better. I think it's absolutely amazing. I enjoyed the interplay between Kratos and the other guy you play with, Atreus. There are bits where you just play as Atreus, and every now and then, when Atreus does his own thing, you'll play as Kratos, and you'll have other characters by your side. You'll have Freya with her bow and arrows and all her nature magic tricks and all that sort of stuff. You'll have Brock on your side, who throws coal at people and has all sorts of magic in that. And yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But it's a beautiful looking game as well. It's absolutely stunning. Really does showcase what the PlayStation 5 is capable of. Just how colourful it is, and just how picturesque the whole thing is. I'll definitely go back to it and like do some more side quests and stuff like that. Not in a rush to do any of them, but like if I'm bored, I'll probably hop back onto it and do some more things. But it is brilliant. It's a hell of a story. It probably took a bit of time for it to pick up for me. There were some missions like where I thought it's a bit. I don't know why it didn't really seem necessary. Like going to see the norms and stuff like that for answers. Like bits and bobs like that. Like some of it felt a bit not so sure about that. But like as the story progressed and everything, and like the few turns that happens, like obviously I'm not going to spoil them for you, but like there was a few surprises in that game where I was like, holy shit, did that just happen? And yeah, like I think it did that more than the previous God of War did. And like the final outcome, like the big moment, the Ragnarok that happens, yeah, it's truly spectacular and like a really epic fight towards the end. Like you've got that one big boss battle at the end of the first God of War, which is really cool against Baldur. But when there's a full-on war going on at the end of Ragnarok, it's fantastic. And yeah, you just gotta love a lot of the characters as well. Like for me, like I really really enjoyed this game. Like I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Like I've not played a lot of PlayStation 5 games like at the moment, but that is one of the best. That's absolutely one of the best. I know it came out last year, so I'm kind of late to the party with it. But it's awesome. What have I called it? My game of the year if I played it in 2022? Oh, it's very very close between Elden Ring and that, honestly. Like, because I loved Elden Ring so much. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok. If you've not played it, I highly recommend playing the reboot first if you haven't. But just so you get a better understanding, like there is a recap option to press, like if you do play God of War Ragnarok, if you've not played the reboot. But I highly recommend you playing the reboot and then going on to Ragnarok. Spectacular game, really really great. Couple of new weapons and stuff like that from the previous one as well. Always really nice to see. Just a brilliant game, really really solid. But yeah, I put like a little poll up on Twitter, X, sorry, and I was just like, I'm finishing God of War Ragnarok and I'm struggling to think of what to play next, and I put 3 options out there. So I put Ghost of Tsushima, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, because I knew I know I've got Jedi Fallen Order that I'm lending off my friend of mine, and I know Rift Apart and Ghost of Tsushima, they're both on the PS Plus, and Ghost of Tsushima got the most votes out of my little poll on X, and I feel so wrong calling it X. Fuck it, I'm calling it Twitter. And Ghost of Tsushima won, so I was like, okay, I'll get into that. But it's not on the PlayStation Plus store now anymore. Like if you're an extra member. But to be fair, like I'm happy to buy it physical, so I may do that. But before I do that, I've decided to go with Ratchet and Clank anyways. Just because, God of War Ragnarok was quite a long game, quite a long, serious game. And before God of War, I played the reboot, and I played Resident Evil 4 remake. So, like quite dark games, quite serious. One's a horror one, one's like action adventure. So I kind of want to pick up Rift Apart instead before I go into Ghost of Tsushima, because I've got that one downloaded, ready to go and play. I've always loved the Ratchet and Clank series from years ago. So I think I'm gonna do that. It's a shorter campaign. It's a good bit of fun. It looks awesome, and then I'll pick up Ghost of Tsushima at some point. So yeah, that's what I've been doing PlayStation 5 wise. But I've also, like, for some reason, really really wanted to play San Andreas as well. Like, San Andreas is one of my favourite GTA games of all time, probably the favourite. It's always like a knife fight between San Andreas and the most recent one, Grand Theft Auto 5. I just absolutely love them games. I love all the Grand Theft Auto games. They're all incredible. And I've got the trilogy. What's the trilogy called again? It just came out maybe last year or the year before. Yeah, I got that for Christmas about a year or two ago from the PlayStation 4. And I started playing it on the PlayStation 4, like San Andreas, and I, loved it. But for some reason, like, it stopped working on my PlayStation 4. I don't know, because I know it was quite buggy when it came out. I don't know what it might be to do with that. So I put it off for a while just because it wouldn't work on my PlayStation 4. But then I thought, let me try it on my PlayStation 5 and see if anything works here. And it worked. And it works. It plays brilliantly on a PlayStation 5. And I love it. And it's got the best fucking soundtrack you can ever ask for on Radio X. Not Radio X that's hosted by like Chris Miles and all that and Ed Gamble. But Radio X from GTA San Andreas is absolutely wonderful. Just all the best 90s alternative rock and metal music that's on there. Faith No More, Soundgarden, Living Colour. Oh, just the best. Rage Against the Machine as well. Crikey. It's just a brilliant game. So I picked up that actually. I started playing on that. I've had a few hours on it the other day. And I was like, it's just so good to be playing San Andreas again. What a fucking game. After playing, I might even just try and finish that before I even start Rift Apart. I don't know. Because I uploaded my save data from, what's it called? PlayStation 4. And I think I'm about halfway through that campaign, so I might as well just finish it. I might just do that. But yeah, San Andreas is fucking brilliant. I love it. Yeah, and whilst I'm waiting for some pre-orders to come and all that for the Switch, because that's where all my pre-orders are at the moment, I only gone and picked up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, haven't I? Because here's the thing. I'm going on holiday. When is it? On the 17th of October. I'm getting a plane to Greece, to Rhodes, and it's about a 4-hour long flight. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to play some Mario Kart on the plane with the other half, the other Haley, and just shoot the shit on the plane and play some Mario Kart. And to be fair, I kind of wanted the most recent Mario Kart for a while, because I've not even played it up until today when it arrived. And I've got the expansion pass membership for the Switch, so I've got all of the new wave maps and stuff like that, and the characters and everything. So that's all included in my expansion pack. And I played it today, and I was like, fucking hell, how have I not played this before? This is easily like the best Mario Kart that's out there. Because like as well, I play Mario Kart at work with like a couple of friends, like on our dinner break. But it's Mario Kart 64, like using the Nintendo 64 NSO. But I thought, if I'm going to be playing Mario Kart more, like whether it's at home with Haley or like at work with the friends, I might as well get the latest one and like have more race courses and everything like that. And yeah, I thought, why not? I picked it up off eBay, 30 quid. Had a go of it today. I ended up doing like 2 hours on it. It's really good, isn't it? It's really bloody good. Why did I wait that long? I should have got it like the day I got the Switch. So yeah, I'm going to play some more of it later on today, I think. Because, yeah, Mario Kart is awesome. It's awesome. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Finished God of War Ragnarok. Been playing some San Andreas. And some Mario Kart. Some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But yeah, that's all I got to say about video games and shit. Oh yeah, I modded a Game Boy as well. I modded a Game Boy Pocket as well. If you want to look at the Instagram of the most recent Game Boy Pocket mod that I've done, it's called the Ghost Boy, and it's completely see-through. Like the shell is transparent, the buttons are transparent, the membranes are transparent, everything. Even like the board, even like the glass screen lens. There's no border on it or anything. It's just glass. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. So if you want to have a look at that, it's on the Mastodon Instagram. Yeah, so anyways, I've been listening to some new music. Just the one album to talk about today. But before I go on about that, there's been some news recently. A couple of recent headlines. One that sparks a bit of hope for live music. So Live Nation have decided to drop merch cuts at US club venues. So Live Nation, concert giant, they are responsible for obviously booking a lot of big massive gigs, but also have been, as of recent, been responsible from taking merch cuts from bands that have been playing in like the more bigger club venues, more like your House of Blues and stuff like that, or two venues. Unfortunately, as of recent, been hearing a lot about it. Like bands will be playing these venues, and the money that the bands make is just genuinely from merchandise sales and stuff like that. And Live Nation and some of these venues have been taking the cut of merch, which really, really sucks, man. It's absolutely terrible. Like you can't like you can't just take the band's merch cut like that, man. It's just shit. Like this is the one thing they want to make a living out of, and like this just makes things really, really hard. And I just think venues are just doing a disservice to themselves by just ripping bands off like that. Like, you know, the bands are the ones that are putting on the show, and you're taking their money. Like it sucks. Like it really, really sucks. The bands are what keeps the venues afloat. You know, so that customers can come in, pay the money, buy like drinks and stuff like that, and use the facilities. And, you know, they're taking the band's money, which absolutely sucks. Up until, as of recent, like I say, Live Nation has announced that they're going to drop the merch cuts at all the venues. As part of this On the Road Again scheme, which has been sorted out by the legend that's Willie Nelson, the old country artist who's, you know, still fucking kicking ass at the moment. But from what I have read, the concert giant has teamed up with Willie Nelson, naming the scheme after one of his songs to provide financial support to emerging artists and their teams in a time of rising tour costs. Artists who play Live Nation owned and operated clubs will now keep 100% of the profits to make from the merch sales, while they also benefit from $1,233. That's £1,233 to help with costs of fuel and travel for both headliners and the support acts will receive this money, which is it's fucking brilliant, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Like these venues should be like, welcome to our venue. Thank you for putting on the music. Thanks for bringing, like, you know, customers here. Here is, you know, money for food or whatever, and like your diesel and your petrol. Like it absolutely makes sense. Like this is such a really, really good thing. Like it's a step in the right direction. Like because at the moment this is a campaign that's happening in the US, and who knows? Hopefully, like this spreads out, and you know this will happen at the UK. Like, you know, all these O2 Academy type venues aren't going to take merch cuts from bands, and all the other, you know, more corporate club type venues aren't going to do that. I mean, obviously we have like a lot of independent brilliant venues out there, like you know, like the Studio on Hartlepool, and like the Broodell in Leeds, the Parish, Huddersfield, stuff like that. That will not take any merch cut at all from a band, and you know, the band come out with their own profit of selling merch like CDs, T-shirts, records, this, that, and the other. They'll leave with all that money, and the clubs will pay them for their fuel and travel, which is brilliant. It makes it more of an actual job for them. It's great. Like, you know, bands aren't going to struggle as much. Like it would be there would have been times where bands would have to, you know, whatever profit they'll probably make like £100 one night, and all that will do is go towards the petrol. They might have to fork out their own money to get a McDonald's. You know what I mean? It sucks, but it's good. This is good. This is a step in the right direction, and I hope this, you know, I hope this carries on, and I hope it goes towards like the UK and all that. And yeah, like I say, it's a good step towards the right direction. Bands aren't having to charge as much for the merch as well. And, you know, because of all this, like, bands have had to, like, you know, radio up the price for the gear, like, that they're selling. And, you know, not everyone can afford a t-shirt. Like, I went to see Gojira, and that was £40 a t-shirt, which is insane. Like, when I first started going to gigs, like, in the early to mid-noughties, like, it would be like £20 a shirt. Some of them, like, 15. Like, it's insane. But, like, yeah, I mean, Ghost Download, they were charging £40 a t-shirt as well. You know, and, you know, as much as you really, really want to pick up that merch and support the artist, it is difficult when, you know, they charge that much. Like, you know, not everyone, like, works a full-time job or earns a lot of money. Like, sometimes you have to be like, right, I can't afford this. I'm at the concert, that's it. I only have enough money for my own travel, or, you know, my own food or drink while I'm out, and that sort of thing. And, like, it does suck when, you know, you can't even afford to help support the artists at these gigs. So this is good. Please bring it over to the UK and the rest of the world, Europe and the lot. And while you're at it, get rid of all your fucking booking fees, ticket fees, and all this sort of shit that Ticketmaster does. Get rid of all that. Just stop it. Just stop it. Like, look, just charges for the ticket, and well, I was going to say postage, but not many people print tickets out now these days. It's all digital. Just charges for the ticket. That's it. Nothing else. Maybe a tiny booking fee, but it's like another 5 booking, like, there's like another 5 stupid fees, like facility fees, handling fees. Like, fuck off. Like, come on. Let's make this more about the artist, please. So yeah, that's really good. It's really good. It's a step in the right direction. Willie Nelson, you're a legend. Thanks to your campaign. Hopefully, the rest of the world is in for it as well. Yeah, let's do that. Other news, as far as music goes. So, if you're a fan of the band Thy Art Is Murder, you may have found out that the singer CJ, is it McMahon? I don't know his second name, but they've basically kicked the singer out because he's a fucking transphobic dickhead. Yeah. So he's been kicked out. He put like a really negative post on his Instagram. I think it was like a photo of like a mother like showing their kid like I think it was like a book on like just transgenderisms or something like that, just something in general. And I think CJ, the vocalist in question, he posted something like saying something like, I hope the parents get burned alive or something like that. It was really real hate speech. It's just fucking out of order. It's bullshit. So yeah, really unfortunate circumstances for the rest of the band, because, you know, they don't follow him. That's not the way they want to continue forth as a band. So they've kicked him out, which, you know, absolutely fair play. And unfortunately, there's a lot of negative feedback towards it, the band, for making such a thing, because CJ McMahon, I'm gonna call him McMahon, a bit like Vince McMahon. Fuck it, because he he has got a very recognizable voice in deathcore and metal as well, to be fair. And like he was genuinely like a good frontman and a good good vocalist. As hard as it is for me to say that, but like, yeah, there's a lot of backlash about him being kicked out because of his views and stuff like that. You know, just from dickheads going, you should be kicking a vocalist out because of his views and all that. Where's free speech and all that sort of shit? And you know, it's shit. At the end of the day, the band don't want that in the band. Like they don't care for it at all, and that's going to bring a band down. If you've got someone in your band and you know they're delivering a lot of hate speech about the trans community and stuff like that and causing offense, they don't want that on their you know, weighing their band down. So like, I think they've made the right decision. So the band released a statement and stuff, and the day their new album came out, which already has CJ's vocals on it. Our new album, Godlike, is now available worldwide digitally with an unforeseen change. CJ is no longer a part of Thy Art Is Murder and does not feature on the record. We understand that this may come as a surprise. We want to assure you that this is a decision that was made to preserve the band's integrity and direction. And yeah, it was basically the straw that broke the camel's back, is what they're trying to say. He has like posted like a few. I've seen him before, like post like some like all these woke people saying there's more than two genders and all that sort of stuff, and like I thought then, like, you're a bit of a dickhead, aren't you? And like, I think the band might have observed that before, but like that last post that he made, they were like, right, that's it, fuck it, you're gone. And so basically what they have done now, they've already got themselves a new vocalist, and they have re-recorded the vocals for the new album, which is, you know, like, it's quite unfortunate timing that this new album has come out still with CJ's vocals on, but they've re-recorded his vocals, and they may just release that later on down the line. Whether they take away the CJ vocal Godlike album, I don't know, but like, they've re-recorded the whole vocals for it. I was trying to look at some footage of the new guy singing for the band, but I couldn't find any, because I think they might have had like the first gig like last night. And but yeah, power to the band. Thy Art Is Murder is great, awesome musicians, awesome great songs, like real champions of like deathcore, that sort of thing. So I hope it goes really well for them, because like I said, they're already getting a lot of negative feedback for this. You know, there's some people who are saying, yeah, absolutely fair enough, right decision and all that. Like, I'm one of them. And like, but whenever I see like articles of like the new singer or whatever, it's all like, you know, laughing reacts and stuff like that on Facebook and shit like that, and people shitting on the guy. You haven't even heard the dude yet. And yeah, bullshit really. But yeah, see what happens with the new Thy Art Is Murder vocalist. But yeah, there is, so as far as new music is concerned, there's a new album out by a band that I'd like to champion called Guilt Trip. And if you don't know who Guilt Trip are, they are a metallic sort of hardcore band. They are from I did have it here just there. My gut feeling is that they are from Manchester. I'm right, yeah. The crossover, like, metallic hardcore from Manchester. They are a wicked band. So basically, they are on the Malevolence MLV Ltd label, the independent label that Malevolence have formed up. And yeah, I saw someone share one of the songs, Broken Wings, on Instagram. And it was actually from Terry Beezer, who used to host the That's Not Metal podcast, and has done a lot of things music journal wise. But he shared the song Broken Wings on his Instagram. He said, "You all need to hear this," and like whatever that dude recommends something, I usually go with it. And I thought, fucking hell, there's some riffs in this, like lots of pinch harmonics. I like it. It's really, really good. But yeah, the album's called Severance by the band Guilt Trip. It's just really, really good. Metallic hardcore, good crossover shit, beat downs and thrash. What more could you want? In very, very yelly vocals. It's awesome. And it's got some guest features on as well. Like there's a song called Sweet Dreams, featuring vocals from the French metalcore band Landmarks. There's also guest vocals from Malevolence and Rough Justice, and also a song called Sanctified that features vocals from Mike Deuce of Lord of Atlantis, which, you know, one of the last people I'd ever think of appearing on a crossover like thrash hardcore album. Like, he sounds great. I mean, if you like Hatebreed and Malevolence, that sort of thing, they're really, really great. They've got a really cool sort of Machine Head sort of inspired riff for each song, like very chorus driven. There's a lot of like pinch harmonics, like natural harmonics, that sort of thing. It's very, very much reminds me of like Machine Head, but fronted by like Malevolence or like Hatebreed, one of them type of bands. And like, it's really, really good. It's a really strong album. And I will say, like, the majority of this album is mainly like heavy vocals from the main guy, the main frontman of the band. But there is a real unsung hero in this band. He's either the guitar player or the bass player. Sorry, I have a little information on this, but he does like clean vocals on literally about 3 or 4 tracks on this album. I know he does some on Eyes Wide Shut, and there's like a little middle eight section where there's some clean vocals on Broken Wings, as I mentioned. But there's 2 songs. Hell Will Replace the Rain, where it's more like a long, soft intro where this dude is singing. And the final track on the album, Dusk, which is fully acoustic, and it's just this guy singing. And he has got a beautiful voice. Beautiful. Really, really lovely, emotional, like melodic singing voice. Like just a lot of soul there. And like, I was just thinking, like, why haven't they incorporated this guy more, like, throughout this album? Like, he's got a voice of an angel. He sounds brilliant. And like that, just listen to the last song on the album, Dusk. It's fully acoustic, and you know, they've got some drums on there as well, but like a bit like the vocal interplay with like Malevolence. They've got the guy Connor who does like sort of more melodic, sort of crowbar-y, but the more deep and gravelly like melodic vocals, where this guy is like, he's got a really lovely singing voice, and I really, really like it. Like, and it makes me look forward to more future releases already, because I'm already like, I want to hear that guy more. He's a real unsung hero. Like, why haven't they used him a lot more throughout the album? But you never know. He might be the kind of guy who just turns around and says, look, I don't really want to do much. I just want to riff. And I'll sing the odd one here and there. But yeah, Guilt Trip, the album's out now. The album's called Severance on the Malevolence label, MLV Ltd. I recommend this album a lot. And I was listening to it in the gym actually today, just before the day I record this podcast. I was listening to it in the gym, had a really good time. I was picking up a fucking sweat on, listening to some bloody good, heavy crossover thrash stuff in this album. I was like, yeah, fucking good. This is fucking good. This is quality. And then, yeah, because it's only like half an hour long as well. So it's, you know, straight to the point, short and sweet, brilliant. So I thought, what am I going to listen to now? Because I feel like staying at the gym a little bit longer. So I started listening to Nightmare Logic by Power Trip, which is a thrash metal album from 2017. Absolute masterpiece. It's incredible. They're one of the greatest bands coming out when they started, emerging. And I was talking to old Haley yesterday, saying that Perseverance by Hatebreed is one of the best gym albums ever. So it got me thinking. It got me thinking about some of my favourite albums to listen to at the gym. So I thought I'd tell you about some of them. And also, I've put a public playlist together on Spotify so that if you go to the gym and you want some more motivation, some more heavy shit, some hip-hop shit, some melodic shit, some fast shit, this is the one for you, surely. Surely. The playlist is called Rock Hard Gym Tracks. That's literally the best name I can come up with. But yeah, I mean, for me, my favourite album to listen to at the gym is Perseverance by Hatebreed. Hardcore, metalcore from 2004. Like, just heavy as fuck. Like, really awesome production. Just full of breakdowns, full of fast shit. But the vocals are just, like, super positive. Like, it's one of those, like, crush your enemies. You've got this. You are winning at life. That sort of thing. And it's one of those albums that, like, just very, very positive lyrically. And that's surely the best thing to listen to at the gym. Something really, really heavy, and literally a frontman that's saying, you are fucking worth more. You've got this. And I'm just like, yes, come on. And I'm lifting up my 1 kilogram dumbbell like, yes, I fucking got this. So I thought, I know of a good few albums like that's like this. So I like to shout a few albums out. So Hatebreed, Perseverance. I mentioned it earlier on. Nightmare Logic by Power Trip. Just fast and heavy thrash. I'll definitely recommend Severance by Guilt Trip. I do like to listen to a bit of hip hop here and there at the gym. So a bit of Wu-Tang Clan, a bit of Denzel Curry, a bit of NWA, and some classic stuff like Painkiller by Judas Priest. That's an awesome one. We've got Parkway, like the latest Parkway Drive album is really good to listen to at the gym as well. Also, the latest Skindred album, I've been listening to that at the gym as well. But there's some classic stuff that I like. I like some Limp Bizkit. I like some Rain and Blood at the gym. You get the idea. So, I have curated a playlist for you to listen to at the gym. Now, I just thought this will be a bit of fun to put together. Like, if you might not like this playlist, you might think, it's too heavy for me, this. It's full of a lot of shouty bollocks, and it's not all like that. There's some hip hop stuff and all that, like, which I'll get onto. But even if you just want a playlist to listen to, that where you don't have to go to the gym, I've curated it for you. There it is. So, there is Hatebreed, I Will Be Heard. There's Executioner's Tax by Power Trip. There is The Hammer by Kublai Khan. Yeah. Broken Wings by Guilt Trip, which I mentioned earlier on. Check It Out by the Beastie Boys. Be Harder by God's Hate. Like, the song is literally called Be Harder. Proper working out shit. Angel of Death by Slayer. If you listen to that on a treadmill, you're probably going to fly off. Gum Shield by Don Broco. A good song to punch a punching bag to. Wu-Tang, Ain't Nothing to Fuck With. Definitely not to fuck with. You will feel like you are nothing to fuck with after listening to this. Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. You're going to want to break everything in the gym, including all the people there that get in the way. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Give Me That Boom by Skindred. Probably new metal rager. A lot of this is rhythm based as well. Like, you're going to want to listen to some fast stuff or some like beat downy stuff. But yeah, Fuel by Metallica, Mistakes Like Fractures by Knocked Loose, Slaughterhouse by Motionless in White, Impermanence by Architects, The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner by Iron Maiden. Very, very good song. It's got the word running in. It actually does help you run. All Guns Blazing by Judas Priest, Ultimate by Denzel Curry, Punk Tactics by Joy Valentine Bray, 1984 by Slaughter to Prevail, We Like to Party, The Venga Bus by Venga Boys, Master Killer by Marauder, Gangster Gangster by MWA, and Harm's Way, and some other stuff. But there it is. If you want to put it on the old shuffle, you can do that. Get in the gym, work out, kick up a sweat, feel great about yourself, or just put this playlist on in the house while you're tidying up or playing video games or whatever. I don't know, but it's there for you. I thought I'd have a bit of fun, make a nice little playlist for working out to, I guess. Or it might be the most dickhead thing I've ever done in my life. I don't know. But it's there for you if you want it. Anyways, I have been Master Dan. And thank you for listening to the Master Cast. I nearly forgot the name of my own fucking podcast there. But thanks for listening to it. You know, we talked about Live Nation cutting its merch fees. You know, hopefully this happens for the rest of the world. Talked a bit about some games and all that. God of War Ragnarok is brilliant. Play it if you ever get the chance. And yeah, there's a new Code Orange album out right now. If you listen to the day it comes out, the Friday. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you have a really great weekend. And if you enjoyed the podcast at all, please like, follow, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff on all podcast platforms. Also, October 5th, I'm going to be live on Twitch playing Silent Hill. It's making a debut on the Mastodon Twitch channel. www.twitch.tv/Mastodon92. Right, okay, I'm going to go play some Mario Kart now. Take care.